Lionstv, this is the Den Daily, bringing you all the latest gossip, views and transfer news from in and around the Den. I'm starting to give myself the ump because it is another player out of the door, fresh off the back of the fixture release this morning. The news has broken on Twitter that Zach Lovelace has left Millwall Football Club. He has turned down the professional contract that we offered to him and he has opted to sign for Scottish Giants, Glasgow Rangers, north of the border, which leaves us with two strikers, Isaac Alafe and Tom Bradshaw at the club. Look, this is one I was expecting. I've said this already on a previous Lovelace video that I'll put in the link to the description below. I was never expecting him to stay. He apparently is quite confident for his age, which is not a bad thing. You need to be. He's clearly talented. He sort of came out of nowhere, Lovelace. I wasn't aware of him, and as I've said many times before, I've watched the under-23s religiously for the last 2 or 3 seasons, and he'd never featured. During COVID, during injuries, we said that, you know, there's going to be youngsters travelling with the squad to Coventry, and one of them is a young centre forward. I assumed that was going to be Tyrese Briscoe. It turned out it was Zach Lovelace, and he got on the pitch as a substitute, becoming Millwall's second ever youngest player in a 1-0 win at Coventry. Was, Tom Bradshaw getting the winner that night. Look, he looked physically up to it. He didn't look out of place. As I said, definitely aggressive, definitely confident, much beyond his years, which I'm not knocking at all. He was then in and around the first team slightly, and the hype was real. He started to attract interest from everywhere, including Rangers and Leicester at the time. Was it a little bit of a ploy from the club to put him in the shop window? Well, if it was, it's backfired, and I'll tell you why. There is a rule in, and I've tried to look into it, but I just go cross-eyed when I start reading stuff. I just can't do it. That, of course, if a player under a certain age, and Lovelace is definitely young enough, now only 16 years old, if they leave one club to join another, then that club will have to be heavily compensated. We've seen it twice in the past with 2 of our youngsters joining Manchester City. Both times, I believe, we got around £1 million in compensation. However, in Scotland, obviously, they're not part of the Premier League, so the ruling is slightly different. I believe we are still entitled to some compensation, and that's for, like, you know, that's for the development and to get into the level that we have under Millwall's umbrella. That he now leaves the club and joins Rangers, and we are compensated for that. However, I believe, and I don't think I'm wrong, that it's absolutely nowhere near the compensation we would have got if he had gone to an English club, to a Premier League club or another club in our division, for example. But yeah, a bit of a kick in the bollocks. Another player out the door and still no one in. I will be fucking amazed if they don't announce Ollie Burke today or tomorrow, because he's there. He's in the building. He's training with us. So just announce it. Why? You're not helping yourself now if you're a Millwall Football Club. I stuck up for him yesterday and I said, you know, I'm more confident having watched Gary Rowett's interview, and it's definitely given me more hope going forward. But you're just pissing people off now. So fuck me, give us something. Announce a player, because people are not happy. People are not happy. And Zach Lovelace now leaving the club, another youngster gone. Look, is it the end of the world? Well, if we'd have got £1 million for him from a Premier League club, I would have said no. Because obviously he's very young, as we've seen before with Lekia Dunse, Cherno Samba, all these players that come through that are highly rated to make the grade. It's very rare they do. I might be wrong, and hopefully, you know, Lovelace goes on to have a good career, fair play to him, but it would have softened the blow, wouldn't it, if we'd have got, you know, £1 million compensation, money we could have reinvested. But as it stands, I'm not sure of the exact figure, and I'm sure we'll never find it out. But Zach Lovelace has left the club, turned down a contract offer at Millwall, and joined Glasgow Rangers. And he's not the first to do that, is he? I know we offered Keith the contract. He's turned it down. I would have thought he was in for a phobia. He's turned it down. And now Lovelace as well. It just doesn't bode well, does it? That these players are getting offered contracts and going, no, you're all right. We'd rather leave, thanks. As well as losing a lot of backroom staff. You know, things on paper aren't looking fantastic, are they? But look, it's early days. The club, I've said it once and we'll say it again, do yourself a favour and start announcing something. Announce Ollie Burke, because we know he's there. We know he's a Millwall player, so just get it done. Get the final bits done quick and announce it and give the fans some sort of hope. But listen, this is a Zach Lovelace video, and as I predicted a couple of months ago, he has left the club to join Glasgow Rangers. So that's your first Den Daily of the day done. Hopefully more coming. We can't lose any more players. Surely everyone who's going is now gone, and it can only be good news going forward. Let's hope so. Keep your eyes peeled throughout the day. Please subscribe to Lionstv. Come on, you Lions.